So I was thinking about starting a band called God's Pocket. I like to think that I'm in God's pocket. Or maybe he's in mine. 'Cause I get so lost in my head, and don't wanna leave for any reason. And I look at the world, can you really blame me? And so many people that watch me do stand-up comedy, they wish I would leave the house more. They wish I would come out to more bars. 'Cause comedy's not gonna be in the comedy clubs, it'll be in bars, or maybe people's houses from now on, or maybe it'll be in the street. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that it's probably nothing good, unless we change it, or reframe it, rearrange it, do something better. And we might not see the results in this lifetime, but it's important that at the very least we try. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm realizing just how important this really is. Expect any less than that, but you can trust me, you can trust me to be everything that you see, and nothing else, nothing else. 'Cause I can't help but let it all hang out, what you know, gotta do what you're good at doing. And I don't wanna be afraid, 'cause that's exactly what they want. Because when you're afraid, you're enslaved, whether you want it to be that way or not. But I only bow down for the Lord, I only bow down for the Lord. And believe me, you best believe me, he will not be ignored. So I would look at all of this as an opportunity to strengthen your relationship with him. And as much as it sucks to be alive right now, with all this going on, with which I wish we didn't allow. Speaking of that, speaking of things that we allow that we shouldn't allow, I just thought that I would interject here with something really important that I wanted to say. We do allow a lot of stuff that we should have never allowed. You know, in regards to the technology that's being used against us, just like Amy Gross said that it would a long time ago. Oh, I think I just spit on you, Vortex. I'm sorry, unless you liked it. If you liked it, then I'm not sorry, okay? So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the technology. Let's keep reiterating this point. I refuse to upgrade my phone because I knew this shit was gonna happen, okay? I knew it was gonna happen. It's fucking obnoxious that people can't see this, but that's what it means to be controlled. That's what it means to be a slave. What I find so funny is all these people that are like, they're using the technology that enslaves them to bitch about being enslaved. I mean, that's what's so funny to me. I was trying to talk about this earlier, and then I got distracted and said something else, of course. But somebody on YouTube mentioned this in the comments of one of the videos that I was watching. They were talking about how, you know, if Australia doesn't want this to keep happening, all they gotta do is break their phones. Dude, I've been saying this shit for years. All they gotta do is break the phones. All they gotta do. What? Are you honking at me? I don't know if they were honking at me. I don't know why they'd be honking at me, because I wasn't doing anything wrong. Maybe I was doing something wrong. I didn't know it. Maybe they're honking at somebody else. I'll never know the answer to these questions. Maybe I'll figure it out in heaven. I'll figure it out on my judgment day, what that was all about. But anyway, maybe that day will come sooner than later. It seems to be that way. But yeah, so they were probably mad because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. They noticed. They probably also noticed that I'm not, what do you call it? I'm not a robot. You know, when you're not a robot, the robots tend to get upset about it. But anyway, I'm saying something very important. About, oh yeah, the phones. How could I forget the phones? Yeah, so it took so much self-restraint from me not to respond to this YouTuber, because I agreed with them. I completely agreed with what they said. You know, just breaking your phone, that's it. That's all you have to do, that's it. But, you know, it's like almost impossible for these people to do that. Like, even if they haven't gone along with the simulation, even if they're not being, you know, manipulated by CNN, even if they don't have those handles on them, they're still enslaved to the system. Like, they don't think it's even remotely possible. Oh my God. Okay, my keyboards are in the back seat now, in case you're wondering what that noise was. Anyway, these people are such slaves to the system that they can't imagine a life without having a smartphone. That just even to suggest that is just silly. You know, because that's my same sentiment towards the whole thing as well. You know, well, that's all they have to do, you know, but they're completely gone, you know? And there's nothing that we can do about it. We can't save people that are in that sort of headspace. It's impossible. They're slaves to the system. They want to be slaves to the system. They choose to be slaves to the system. And I think that that's not entirely their fault, you know. I don't judge them for that. I just pity them. So all these people that are complaining about it, like I said, they're using devices that enslave them to complain about slavery. It's quite funny. But, you know, it took a lot of self-restraint to not retort, try taking crack away from a crackhead, because, you know, the system is their crack. It really is. And it's not just for these people that need the smartphone to validate them, or they need it for their dopamine or whatever. It's like, there are a lot of people that I sometimes I'll spy on people via Twitter, and I go on Twitter and I'm just like, holy shit, these people have tweeted a lot today. It's just like they tweet so much in such a short time period, and it's like, I agree with these things that people say, but it's like they're still a robot on some level, because they're still, you know, giving into that system. So that is why I've been so reluctant to join Twitter or, you know, do anything of that nature, because I already hate YouTube enough. I'm starting to hate Rumble too, because I see that as just yet another tool of controlled opposition. It's just terrible, man. It's like there's just no escape from this shit world. But I would say that anytime you like go along with their system, even if you, from the looks of it, you know, seem to be fighting the system, or you know, like Gab, for example, like Andrew Torba, he created this like oppositional website for people to use social media, and I understand, like, he might have had good intentions, but it's like, just that whole system is bad. Like, this system of communicating in a way that's not human. The system of, you know, taking pictures of food and talking endlessly about this bullshit news cycle. It's like, that's part of it. So even if it's like, oh, this one doesn't censor you, it's like, eventually everything will be exactly the same. And all the ways that you thought you were so different, you'll realize, holy shit, I was being controlled that whole time. And it's really depressing to think about.